just be able to go to my post, like my comments, but I don't have my Android with me, so I can't read from it. So I guess I'll just be going live, like freestyle, I guess. But yeah, back to the topic of gang stalking. This is what this channel is about. Um, I would like to start off my intro by saying I'm not a part of any law enforcement. I'm not a part of any organizations, anything. No organizations, anything. A lot of the tests are $400 plus. It's a very simple way for people that want to uh, reach out with reach out to one another, like targets and stuff like that, other targets. Because you can't really trust people. Just do a lot of take the test, make sure their involvements are good, and no one's making me get on here and say this, forcing me to get on here and say trigger words to y'all or anything like that. Y'all know my intro and sometimes my outro, but yeah, let's get to it. But what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to go to my notes from one phone because I'm usually reading from not my notes but my post. So if I can't do that, it'll just be a freestyle gang stalking video. Mm. Yeah, don't look like I can do that. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, I can't. So, I guess we'll just talk about like the logistics of this stuff. Back to understanding the program and what it's about, you know, and stuff like that. I usually have my stuff to read from, and I don't. Like, so it's just then I ain't get no comments or anything. But just understanding this stuff, no one's after you personally. Like I said, this is compensated harassment. It's compensated harassment. They're doing this through three-letter agencies and third-party companies. No one cares about us. We are citizens. There's just some people just decided to pay people to harass you. And they're part of a three-letter agency, third-party company. Everything's part of a three-letter agency and third-party company. Everything. You can work a job like it's part of a three-letter agency. Fast food's part of a three-letter agency. You know, but yeah, you have to understand that it's not that. You have to look at this as it's not a personal gang stalking. My thing was is I was looking at this as it's like a personal gang stalking. Like people, hundreds of thousands, everybody I see on the street that I know is targeting me has a personal problem, and that's just not true. There's compensated harassment. Regular citizens around, bro. That's not the truth. They're not fans of your infamy or fans of you in general. Those are citizens on patrol. And those citizens on patrol have that goal of creating the delusion that citizens are part of privacy invasion. These citizens on patrol aren't even part of the privacy invasion. They're receiving things to do, they're receiving words to say, they're receiving clothes to wear. You know, they're receiving certain clothing colors to wear. They don't know the specific meaning of these things, bro. So you have to understand that a three-letter agency is paying these people to do these things. A three-letter agency, you're not fan, you're a citizen, a targeted citizen. Your infamy does not create fans. You don't have any infamy at all. It's a false sense of infamy. It's a false sense of everybody thinks this certain thing about me. It's a false sense. It's false because you don't get all the amenities that being talked about that people being talked about get. You don't receive those amenities. You don't get people approaching you in public, which is not a good thing, trying to take a picture with you, saying things directly to you. That doesn't happen. It's indirects and stuff like that, but to your mind, they're direct. So you're expecting other things to go right because this stuff is happening. You're expecting things to be like like you're expecting things to be like uh normal. You're expecting things to be normal and it's just not. I wish I could read exactly what I want to say right now, but I ain't even got my game or my Android. And I can't let me see what happens when I get off of YouTube and see if I can see. Just pauses. So oh, it's still pausing. Oh no, it's going. Yeah, like so you just have to understand these things. It's pretty much it's not the thing is, bro, is that it's not boring to understand these. I'm not telling you a lie. It's logistics. It's logistics in the definition of a citizen. I'm not telling you a lie, bro. I'm not. And I know it's not fun. It becomes less fun once you really realize, bro. Once you really realize that everybody that you thought was really not everybody, but pretty much everybody that you thought was really targeting you, like, bro, it comes to a point to where you start to think that you get to know. Well, at least I'm telling you that. So you get to know. It comes to a point to where you get to know, like, okay, this. I'm telling you that, and it's because logistics have been removed from you. You're a citizen that thinks. When you walk outside of your residential home, you're a citizen that thinks when you walk outside of your residential home, everyone you see knows you, or mostly everyone you see knows you. Some of the things that are going on purpose. Like, yeah, bro, those are three-letter agencies doing that, bro. Connected to third-party companies, and I just do that so it's no disrespect. It's just nothing to hide behind. You know what I'm saying? There's goals within this program. There's a goal within making then there's a goal in sending citizens to stalk and harass citizens. There's a goal in it. So that's why I say there's really no hiding behind it. There's no masking it. It's nothing, but there's a goal in it. There's a goal in it, and it extracts information. That goal extracts information by putting you in a mindset that citizens are invading, manufacturing the mindset that citizens are invading privacy. Those aren't citizens. And the people on the street, anybody around you, I think they receive notifications and directions of what to do to people and what to say to people. It only makes sense, but it's an extraction of information once you get you're a citizen, you get other citizens doing indirected conversations because they want to make you think that citizens are invading your privacy. You walk into work, you think that all of your coworkers are in your phone now, you know? So now you're just spewing out information, um, like you might walk into work and say something that you're not, and no one ever said it to you. You might say an insult that you think people talking about you, and no one ever even said it to you in that workplace. because it's extraction of information. They're making you think that citizens are invading privacy, so you become vocal. So you become vocal. They make you think that citizens are invading your privacy, so you become vocal about it. You can actually mess yourself up in this way. I'm talking about like in the beginning, like when they start like with the insults and just making you privy to subliminals in society, making you aware of nonverbal communication, which no one should be made aware of. Nonverbal communication as a citizen to random people. Somebody scratched their nose or something. Somebody scratched their nose or something. Now you pause. I ain't I don't do none of that. But somebody scratched their nose or something, and now you think that they're doing it on purpose. You think they're trying to communicate something to you, and they're not, or they possibly are. But then the next person that does the same thing isn't. You know what I'm saying? They just casually doing what they do. So you just got to really think. You really have to understand this type of stuff. And once you understand this type of stuff, I mean, complete logistics, complete common sense, like 100% common sense in logistics. Once you understand this type of shit, you'll be good. Other than that, you'll be fucked up. You messed up. And I don't mean to curse on here, but other than that, you'll be messed up. Like you have to understand these things. And that's just what that is. So basically, it's all compensation. It's all compensation. I know I say the same thing on here every time. I say the same thing every time I get on here. It's all compensation though. It's all compensation. It's all compensation. It's all compensated hate, bro. Hate is subliminal. Psychological warfare. They think they can make you crazy by people not even saying anything to you. Oh yeah, and another thing, but they saying something to you and they not saying something to you. Like, come on now. Another thing is isolation. Isolate. 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 That word makes sense. And the thing is, I don't believe that they isolated us. I believe isolation was a subconscious choice. Like me and my targeting, I isolated myself, and I kind of was always like that. I just was around people for certain things. I wouldn't say using them, but I was around people for certain things. Certain things might be a little difficult for me to make happen. Like I would be around them for that. Like so it's like so yeah, like that's just yeah. I gotta go. Somebody playing music outside, so I just gotta go walk over to another spot real quick. Somebody playing that devilish stuff outside, bro. Once again, devilish shit. Oh, excuse me. Oh, it's off. But yeah, like that's how people do, you know. Isolate. Isolate. Now, the thing is about isolation is that isolation, no one can do something in isolation. You can only do something to yourself. When you're not isolated, somebody can do something to you. You can be around one person. That's dangerous. When you're not isolated, somebody can do something to you. They can do something to you when you're not isolated. Only another person can do something to you. only another person can you be in a room with somebody and make the conscious decision to pick up a gun and do something to you. These are deep examples, but they make sense. In the word isolate, if you separate the word into the words that already exist, like I, so, late, it makes so much sense, right? What happens in crowds? What happens in crowds? What happens Saturday night? What you wake up to the news? What the news is waking up Saturday night? Every city. What's the news waking up Saturday night? Somebody coming from a club Saturday night. You know what I'm saying? That's crowding, right? That's being around people, right? It's dangerous, bro. And it's just so simple to stay out of everything. You feel what I'm saying? I mean, you can become a sort of target where people ain't gonna mess with you like that. People ain't gonna mess with you like that if you stay to yourself. You ain't with people, and you narrow down excuses. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what that is. You just have to understand this type of stuff, bro. Like, and that's just what it is. I don't know how, like, I don't know how people like I don't know how I don't know how people don't understand how important isolation is. Actually, actually, there's like a people call that like a psychological problem. You can become like psychologically, you know, i- you can become psychologically messed up, mentally ill if you're in isolation and you don't want to be in isolation. You feel what I'm saying? You can become you can become mentally ill if you don't want to be isolated. If you don't want to be isolated, you can become mentally ill. And you in isolation, like you like being around people, yeah, that's when you become mentally ill. But when you isolate yourself, like it becomes great. You realize what things not to do. Once you isolate yourself, you realize what not to do. Like where not to be at. You know what I'm saying? And it's just simple. It's just simple as that. I really had a lot to talk about. I'm just giving y'all some content. I really had a lot to talk about. It was in my post, but I can't even remember. I should have went on my post before, like before I just looked at it. I should have just went on my post. I should have just went on my post and uh, looked at it from there before I got on here. But I guess this is just a freestyle live. But I had a lot to talk about, a bunch of good topics to talk about, a bunch of you know mental healing. That's what this channel is about, bro. Removing mental illnesses that were manufactured. Just giving you some sort of mental freedom. Because it's people that think that it's targeted individuals that think that they're being watched in their house by regular citizens. Anyone that wants to watch someone um, body movements psychologically, that's not you're not dealing with regular citizens, bro. Those are three-letter agencies. Anybody that wants to watch your facial expressions, your body movement, uh, you feel what I'm saying, bro? Hackers are going to hack for financial reason. They might hack your social media accounts. You think you being watched in your house by citizens when it's really three-letter agencies. Anybody that's watching your body movements, anybody that's watching what you do, when you stand up, uh, what you do at this certain time. Anybody that's watching that, bro, like it's just complete logistic. You're not dealing with a citizen that's watching you in a house, bro. You're not dealing with a citizen that is watching you in a regular house, bro. Like you're not dealing with a citizen that's watching you because anybody watching you do nothing is a cop, bro. Straight up. That's a citizen on patrol. Anybody that's watching you do nothing is a citizen on patrol. That's a cop. No, not citizens. Citizens aren't in hidden cameras in your house watching you do nothing, bro. Uh, you feel what I'm saying? But somebody that'll watch you do nothing connected to a three-letter agency, third-party company, bro. Somebody that watches you do nothing. That's I'm talking about just sit down and watch other content or just watch you do anything in your privacy that has nothing to do with taking or stealing financial. You feel what I'm saying? Anybody that's doing that, those are cops, bro. And these are good examples that I'm making because most targeted individuals are doing nothing. And your bank account not messed with, that's threatened. Your bank account not messed with, but your energy is off on purpose due to them while you're home alone. Because you know somebody's sitting there watching you for every movement that you make. I just raised up a little bit. No one's watching. No regular citizen is watching you do anything. It'll have to be a financial benefit, meaning they don't even know about hidden cameras, bro. They'll be hacking your phone. Regular citizens will be hacking your phone. So it's the type of comfort that I'm bringing when I speak. This is all facts, bro. Regular citizens not watching you for your reaction to anything. I suggest you. They can though. I suggest you get off of them scrolling them sites, these social medias. I suggest you get off of that. Doing that because I've seen that before. But it was on it was on a higher level of police, like celebrities. Like I seen celebrities post a dude that he was being watched while he scrolled his Instagram. They was laughing at him. So I suggest you stop doing stuff like that. But it won't even then. You feel what I'm saying? It won't even be a regular citizen with that technology because, like I said, um, regular citizens have made news articles, have made the news for Airbnb having hidden cameras. So if citizens are reporting random citizens are reporting that Airbnbs having hidden cameras, that means majority of the world does not know about hidden cameras and watching people in private places. That's not like something really normal for them to do. So that's just what that is. You have to understand these type of things. That's why I bring this type of comfort. I have to bring you that comfort because it bothers me. And it bothers me to see people get on YouTube, whether they be fake targeted individuals or real ones that's just paranoid, new to this process, um, whatever it is, it annoys me so much, bro. It annoys me so bad, so bad. It annoys me so much. It annoys me so much to hear people getting on YouTube continuously posting videos, causing paranoia, impossible things. You know, manufactured impossible things. Like they're definitely possible. It's just not really. The world can't function being able to invade privacy of citizens. The world can't function that way. Crime would be gone. So that's just another thing to acknowledge. Crime would be gone. You feel what I'm saying? It will be completely crime would be completely rid. Like it'll be completely rid of. Completely. And that's just what that is. You have to understand that type of stuff. Crime wouldn't even be happening if people knew or people thought about privacy invasion. It wouldn't happen. It just wouldn't. Crime wouldn't happen if people knew of privacy invasion. That means you're thinking every time you do something, you're thinking that, hey, somebody's watching somehow. So that's why they don't put that type of information out there. But I personally don't want to put that type of information out there because I need a job. You know what I'm saying? I don't need people that chose an alternative lifestyle to do illegal shit to be caught walking in my job trying to get a job, bro. You know what I'm talking about? Like just walking in my job to try to get a job. I don't need people doing that. My money's always been legal. So if a motherfucker making legal money, um, I don't want you in my job because the money is you've already made money in a legal way. And if I tell you what the hell really going on because I can fucking read, if I tell you what's really going on because I can read, you might decide to walk in my job, put up your baggies, and walk in my job. I don't need that, so that's why my stuff is for targeted individuals. And I don't like the fact this program was created to pretty much attempt to get rid of a person, bro. Especially even with my mindset, even with the logistical mindset, is possible. But with the mindset of other targeted individuals, not looking at these people as cops, your life can be changed drastically if you don't look at them as cops, bro. You're not removing me from my logistics of being a citizen. A citizen classifies as being unknown. Unknown. That's what a citizen classifies to be. So they take those logistics from you, make you think somehow without anyone saying anything directly to you. Take those logistics from you to think that now you think everyone's speaking to you. Every time somebody say something, you believe that they're sending a message toward you. I do that too. That's called a manufactured schizophrenia. Manufactured meaning is these people are sent around you, dispatched. Nothing spiritual, physical. They're dispatched to manufacture schizophrenia. I guess I'd be the first to say it. It's a manufactured schizophrenia if you haven't noticed. Why you have your headphones in at work if you haven't noticed. Why you try to duck every conversation that you're not involved in, even the ones that you are involved in. You trying to throw your headphones in because you don't want to hear the message that they trying to throw to you. That's called, and they not even probably throwing a message. That's why I say it's manufactured schizophrenia, bro. That's not your job. If you didn't know, their job has a specific duty. That's like manufacturing schizophrenia is not a specific duty, but it is a duty. Your job has a specific duty. You don't manufacture schizophrenia in someone and make them a victim of gang stalking. You have a specific duty. I believe, just like a firefighter, like a firefighter. They fight fire, like they, you know. But yeah, you can't hide behind nothing. There's no masking this. You know what I'm saying? It has a goal. It has a goal. You know, it has a goal, bro. Like it has a goal. You know, and like I said, I just put these facts out there, and that's just what it is, bro. But yeah, it's just great, bro. Not having to lie about stuff, bro. Oh, it's so great. Not having to plot, just telling the truth. Just the truth is so great. And this is why I tell y'all have to connect to God, but to be fearless. And you can, bro. You getting harassed all around the city and don't all around your city, every state, and you don't know why. And there is no reason why. There is no reason to be why. There's no reason. There's no, you don't do this to anyone. That's not your job. Dude, these three letter agencies, third party companies are manufacturing schizophrenia in people, and that's not their job. They're trying to hide behind third party companies. That's not your job. That's not your job. So you tell them to lie. Anyway, back to what I said, right? You have to understand this stuff is compensation. It's not personal. It's not personal. That's why you never get people walking up to you in public asking you anything. You just get the harassment from them, indirect conversations, all of that stuff, bro. Like, people don't understand. They don't understand this stuff. Another thing, regular people don't receive, um, regular people don't receive TV subliminals, dude. They're not taught to receive that. You feel what I'm saying? They're not taught to receive subliminals in society or TV. You know how y'all think that politicians, when politicians speaking about somebody or somebody else, anything, they think they speaking about, you'll go outside and think other people understand that. But they talking to the whole world. They might be doing that shit on purpose to bother you or bother targeted individuals in general, but they talking to the whole world, you know? Like they don't understand that, bro. And that's a blessing. Like, that's a blessing. They don't understand. They don't receive those subliminals, bro. They just don't. And that's a good thing. Plus, people don't want to give people that type of credit, bro. You have to start thinking logistically. They not even you from they not even asking you about this stuff. You have to start thinking logistically, bro. You have to start thinking logistically. You have to. You have to start thinking logistically. It's real important. But this live stream would have been longer than what it is, but I can't. Uh, I can't go to my YouTube post and directly uh, I can't go to my YouTube post and directly read from it. It would be a longer live stream because I had a lot of stuff that I was saying, like just greatness, and it ain't even greatness. It's just common sense logistics, but like it sent me other places. Like it sent me up to others. Common sense and logistics sent me to other schools, bro. It sent me to other schools of life, like understanding certain things. I understand like life now. I understand that the I understand that the government ain't lying when they say everything you have money. You feel what I'm saying? The government ain't lying when they say you have money. Your dreams are right in front of you. Most people just don't have patience and hustle. Most people shun certain careers. Most people wouldn't work at a McDonald's. Most people won't stay in shelters. Most people won't they won't do these type of things, bro. You know, like most people don't do that type of stuff. And that's what lead people like messed up. They got the bait out there, but the money's there. The money there. You just gotta understand when to spend it. They got the bait out there. What's the bait? Louis Vuitton, Gucci, Chanel, Jordans. That's the bait. That's the bait. Hellcat Charger. I'm finna save up 50,000 just to buy a whole Hellcat Charger. Do you know how that is extremely illiterate and it's so smart to people? And because it's like with that, it's like, okay, what if you say this? I'm not putting this on anybody because I don't think nobody want to do this dumb stuff, right? Say this, right? Say if you bought a Hellcat Charger, right? You drive it off the lot. Well, you get that money back regardless. So it's not yet. Regardless, you get that money back. Yeah, so yeah, because I was trying to make an example, but regardless, you get that money back. Like I was gonna say, if you drive a Hellcat Charger off the lot and you mess it up like completely, like your insurance pays for that. But what if you don't have insurance? You just bought the car and you ain't have insurance yet. You know what I'm saying? Like it's dumb, bro. People think dumb. You have to have patience. I think, well, yeah, it's in patience. Yeah, you know, like I'm not trying to be that type of person. I know somebody that's like that that's on here, but like isolate and patience, like, Russ, some of these words just be, some of these words spell like three-letter sentences. Isolate. That's wild. Like that's wild, bro. But you have to understand these type of things, bro. You know, and like they'll think you have to ignore the fact that they're going to fake like you're getting on here to stop them from harassing you. And they're going to continue that, bro. They're going to get on here like you're trying to fake whatever, like, or stop them from harassing you. They're going to fake that. So this is why I say they work with repetition, bro. You just gotta get up every day and do what you gotta do. It's going to send you a message regardless. When I was about to end this live, or seemingly about to end this live, I heard sirens outside. Like, hey, we still. I don't care. I'm tripping. I'm done acknowledging them. Like I said in my post, like they want you to think that everything is a response. Everything is a response to them. But I think that's fake. I think they want to make you think that they think you're communicating everything. Like everything is a response. But like I said, like you'll stand up in my post, like you'll stand up, sirens will go off. Like bro, is this is not I'm not responding to a cop, bro. I'm not beefing with cops, bro. I'm not beefing with no cop, bro. All these citizens pretending they motherfucker come around me smiling or pretending they know me or saying or looking like they know something. You're a cop. Because I'm a citizen. I'm unknown. You feel what I'm saying? You a cop. These people cops. The same thing with y'all. You think somebody done heard something about you? A customer in your retail store done smiled at you and they look kind of feminine or something. Now you telling all your coworkers that I ain't like that. I don't hell no. Just randomly. Now you look like that. but they want you to be like in a battle with them. And it's just not that, they want you to be responding to someone in any type of way. Just like I heard another target say to stand up in the siren zone. Like, bro, I'll be listening to a video. Another example of that, I'm pretty sure y'all hear that, but anyway. Like, I'll be listening to a video, right? I'll be listening to a video and then like watching any type of content. I'll be watching any type of content. And like a person might say something, but I might have to light my blunt at the same time that person says that. That's supposed to be a response. Like, oh, you like that? Say some whole other. They say some whole other stuff you ain't even like. Soon as you flick your lighter, that mean, oh, you like that. You know how people like that's fire or what, like you like that. Like, nah, I'm just doing my own stuff. I can't stand up at 10 o'clock. I'm trying to say something. I'm trying to call myself a 10 if I stand up at 10 o'clock. I don't think that. I'm just saying. It's just an example. This is the type of game they try to play. So just fall back from them and ignore them, bro. I'm getting real deep into this psychology stuff, bro. But repetition is what they focus on. Repetition. Repetition. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. Don't do nothing. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. Then you do something. Don't, bro. We seen the case of Myra. We seen the case of Myra. Jail threats leading to a heinous crime because of those. You feel what I'm saying? Jail threats leading to a heinous crime because of the jail threats in subliminal. Wait for action, bro. Because if you can receive subliminals in public, 9 out of 10, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Somebody just hates you that much, bro. And you're too smart. And I don't understand this thing about targeted individuals trying to be in the crowd, bro. Or like, man, I wish I wouldn't be doing this if I wasn't targeted. Yeah, bro, you'll probably be gone. And that doesn't, they don't want you to notice this about targeting, bro. They don't want you to notice this. There's good, but they don't, it's not, they're not, their intentions aren't good, but there is good. They don't want you to notice that isolation leads you to not being harmed in any type of way. In any type of way. It lessens the percentage of you being harmed. Isolation lessens the percentage of you being harmed, bro. For real. For real. If you ain't talking to nobody, you ain't out in public doing this or that with people at night, clubbing and stuff like that, all of that type of stuff. If you're not doing that, bro, you should understand the benefit. You should see the benefit. Oh, you should be like, oh, but since I'm not doing that, I don't even buy clothes. I can stack my money to the ceiling. I don't even buy clothes since I don't go out in public. I'm not buying clothes. And what's the sense of buying $1,000 clothes with a $1,500 check? That's what people are doing, and it don't even be a $1,500 check. It'll be an $800 check. They're buying $700 pair of shoes. This is off of gang stalking, but what I'm saying is you should be able to get your stuff together, and those are the things that gang stalking taught me. The example I just made with the $800 shoes, or in the $1,500 check and $800 shoes, that example I just made is that's what gang stalking taught me. Without it wasn't intentional. You see, targeting individuals, I heard a lot speaking. They don't want you having a nice car. They don't want you having nice clothes. They don't want you no, bro. They want you having those things because they're not. Sometimes they're not resellable. Most of the time, they're not resellable, and you don't want to sell those things. You don't want to sell your clothes because you think there's so much of a value that they hate you so much. They don't hate you because you buy clothes, bro. They will hate you when you don't spend money. That's when they hate you. When you only making money, that's when you getting the real hate. You feel what I'm saying? If you dressing bad, listen, this is how the public thinks, bro. If you dressing bad, you broke. This is the best example I'm gonna make. This is how you know you're not being targeted by citizens. You're being targeted by shadow government, three-letter agencies, third-party companies, right? When you're broke, you dress like it. Citizens look at you, oh, this ain't nothing. You feel what I'm saying? You can have 50,000 in your pocket, but you look broke. The regular citizens look at you like, oh, this ain't nothing. That's regular citizens. But them third-party companies, they gonna hate you for saving money. Why would you think third-party companies connected to every three-letter thing, MTV, BET, they will hate you for having money, bro, on your own. MTV, FBI, bro, y'all the same thing. Same thing. Same thing, bro. It's so obvious. All it takes is observation, isolation. That's all it takes. That's all it takes. That's a 2021 lesson. You know where I'm at right now? MTV being FBI is a 2021 lesson, bro. Just from the letters. Just from the guns being able to be posted on these music videos, bro. How do you have a music video on a federal channel that has guns in it? Those are federal channels. Everything's federal. All of that stuff federal channel, bro. Federal buildings. Labels, our label office, federal buildings. They got a hip hop police. What are you chasing? Why are you even listening to music? Don't you know that's messing you up? Don't you know it's messing you up? That vibration of music, the stuff it talks about, don't you know it makes a person carry an ego. No matter how much you think it is this or that, the music that you listen to forces you to carry a certain ego. It forces you to carry a certain ego. The music that you listen to forces you to carry a certain ego. Versus forces you to carry certain morals that have nothing to do with regular life. Carry certain morals, specifically carrying certain morals that requires you to shoot at someone that steps on your feet. Those are the morals that these music carry, bro. It carries those type of morals. Oh, this person just did this to my ex-girlfriend. I'm not really mad, but it has me emotional because I listen to music. Bro, the devil was kicked out of heaven. 1 minute topic. The devil was kicked out of heaven, bro. The devil made music. He was kicked out. He was kicked out. The devil was kicked out of heaven and he made music. He wasn't making no rap music up there. I'm pretty sure he was. Bro, the devil got kicked out of heaven for gospel because it's all bad. It's all bad. It makes so much sense to me, but I can't go into God on YouTube channels and stuff like that because guess what? People don't want to hear it. It makes too much sense. Just like I'm the first person to get on here and observe the word isolate, everything I'm saying is not right. I'm wrong about some things, bro. But when I break it down, bro, the things I break down, I'm right. Certain things you don't break down. Certain people that so made themselves so weak, uh, They're actual groups and organizations just telling themselves, bro. Like, people think you trying to plot something. Like, bro, no. You're like, what you talking about? First off, and you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I can read. A big majority of the population is not reading, bro, at all, at all, at all. Bro, why don't people know about Pfizer 702, repeat offender program, experiment, or Infraguard? Why? Why, bro? Don't you know that I can go ask somebody that on the street, they're gonna be like, what you why don't people know about these surveillance programs? Why don't people know the goal of DHS? Why don't people know the company of DHS? Why? Why? Because they don't read, bro. I don't have to plot. This stuff is documented. I've been looking at this stuff forever. And it's an example of me back talking to who I'm not talking to. I'm talking to you, targeted individuals. We have to remove some forms of this manufactured schizophrenia. Indirect conversation has been documented not going away. Those are conversations, bro. You're going to think anyone is doing that forever. Forever. You're going to think anyone is doing that forever. You're going to think every conversation around you is being had for a purpose, manufactured forever. And you're not supposed to notice these things, bro. You're not supposed to be privy. You're not supposed to notice nonverbal communication in society from randoms. That's all it is. You're not supposed to notice that, you know? So it's a civil matter, but that's not something that you can uh can't just march down to the courthouse and it's a civil matter. You feel what I'm saying? You gotta wait. You gotta wait. You feel what I'm saying? You gotta wait. That's why I said patience is everything. But yeah, that's not something that you can just march down in court and say, "Oh, this gang stalking is a civil matter." You have to let it come to you, and that's just what that is. I don't want to make that sound like a threat or whatever it is. Whatever. But yeah, bro, that's definitely a civil matter. It's not Freemasons I'm talking about, okay? You know what I'm saying? And then, certain actions just prove those things as being real. So you can't march down to a courthouse to do these things. You gotta wait. You gotta wait till somebody try to punch you in the face, bro. You know. But yeah, um, that's just what that is. Like, it's supposed to be a better live stream. I'm pretty sure I got off pretty much what I was trying to say, but I need to get another Android because I got my iPhone. I still have everything in here that I needed y'all to hear. The shit that I wanted to. What's the name? I still have my whole iPhone. Like everything's still in it because I wanted y'all to hear a bunch of stuff I have to say. I didn't want all a bunch of screenshots I took. All of that stuff is still there. I need my Android though, which I don't use. Just a phone for me to put YouTube post on or just read off from YouTube post. But I still have all of that content, all the content that that my iCloud had. Everything is there. So when I decide to post that stuff, because that's where all my stuff coming from. The stuff that I be posting, like the stuff that I be posting, it comes from my content on my phone already that I haven't posted. So it's not the content phone. It's just a phone that just has nothing in it. So I just need to get another Android. That's pretty much it. So I can post more efficiently. Not efficiently, like I said, it'll be once a week, so I can come with them bangers. You know what I'm saying? It'll be once a week or twice a week, so I can come with the you know the healing. If it's even real healing. I don't think the people that's posting healing. I think some of the people that's posting this propaganda, this citizen and this civilian invasion of privacy, bro. The people that's posting that, bro, I don't know if they are like uh perps, but that is a direct way to. I don't know if they perps are just tripping, not tripping, but just in that belief stage. There's a belief stage. I was in that belief stage. You know what I'm saying? I was in that belief stage. Oh, I gotta do this or that, because people watching me in my house. I was in that belief stage. Then I came to the understanding that only a police will be watching me in my house do nothing. You know, only a police be watching me just do nothing. Only a police will be watching me watch TV. You feel what I'm saying? Like or but only a police will watch you do certain body movements. Like stand up or why he raised his arm like that or whatever. You feel what I'm saying? Like that's what they do, bro. That's not regular citizens that's doing that. Like that's not regular citizens that's doing that. Regular citizens don't understand that form of psychological warfare. These three little agencies torturing you with the purpose of you knowing that you're being watched. Those aren't the citizens. Those citizens are being compensated to do so. I suggest you just let them be. They're being compensated to do that. They're being compensated to do that. So you just have to understand that type of stuff. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it for this live, I guess. I need, like I said, I'll get probably another cheap ass phone or something like that, so I can post my live streams about what I was saying on my post because it's golden. Like just mental healing, bro. Like for the people that's going through this and they just think the wrong thing about it, and it's just affected them more than it should be. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes no way to get rid of that by just use logistics. Only by using these logistics you can get rid of some form of it. What you do need to understand is that citizens aren't invading privacy to the point of watching people do nothing, which that should be common sense, but it's not. I was in that belief stage. There's citizens watching me through a hidden camera in my house, and I'm doing nothing. I was in that belief stage. It's not citizens doing that. You feel what I'm saying? Like that's going on, but it's not citizens doing that. It's not. So that's when I became more comfortable, more mentally healed. Like, oh, I'm not being tortured while I sit alone in my house by citizens. Like, they're not watching me through no hidden camera for sure. They do crime more no people that do. So they're definitely not watching me through my phone camera or hidden cameras. And that is a delusion, bro, that messes people up. It's a delusion that mess a lot of people up, bro. It's a delusion that will mess you up in life. Thinking in these type of ways. Thinking in ways of my coworkers know all of my business and my privacy. Like, bro, that's not like it's possible, but it's not really like. but they be acting a little bit too normal. And you can also throw your energy off to make you your energy can also be thrown off in the midst of your energy not being thrown off. You think people acting weird because they heard something about you or they listening to you in your privacy or whatever. Like you think they acting weird because of that, and it's really you. You came in with you came in with the weirdo activity, looking at everyone as if they heard something about you, heard a false rumor about you or some stuff. Like you look at them like that, which you shouldn't be. You shouldn't be looking at them like that. You shouldn't be looking at them in that way. But yeah, these are things that you just must understand, and that's just what it is. Like you have to understand these things, and it's just some mental healing. I get on here and say this stuff because it mentally heals. I want to be the person that mentally heals somebody, and it's just me, the first person getting on here saying this stuff. It's people smarter than me that respond to, nonverbal communication on the street. They read more than me and everything. Like but they respond to nonverbal communication on the street. I make the example every video. I'm not doing that. Like I'm not, it's not nothing wrong with it, but like that's a manufactured schizophrenia, you know. But yeah, that's just what it is. So you just gotta understand these type of things, bro, and just get right. Just understand these type of things. Understand these type of things and get right. But I'm finna get off this live soon. It's about an hour live with no comments. Yeah, hour live with no comments. Guess I get back to. I guess I get back to watching content for a little bit, and then I'll probably be live something next week. If I find a way to get to my notes, so I can just, just if I find a way to get to my notes, so I can just like, uh, you know, freestyle off of what I'm saying, and pause if that sounded weird. My bad. If I can freestyle what I'm saying, if I try not to be a person that's saying trigger words or anything like that. Yeah, but I'm about to get off here. Peace out. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow or something.